Shall we? I think we shall. Hello, Foxicles. 9 o'clock, Sunday night, UK time. I think with the clocks changing, they robbed me of an hour of sleep. The bastards. Better watch my language. Sorry. Those awful bar stewards. You never get your drinks on time. How are we all? Oh, Mel isn't really that knackered. I've had a really peaceful, restful weekend. Yeah, I had a surprise weekend without the kids, which is a bit of a rarity. Okay, it was quite interesting. Corv's was off on his cadet camp, so he was gone Friday night to Sunday. And then my mum come round and said, oh, well, I'll have Willow tonight on the Friday. So me and Kez suddenly found ourselves childless, with no plans to do anything. We didn't use the time, so we just had a really nice early night. And then she kept her for the Saturday as well. But we only found out that pretty late on Saturday night, because we were wondering what time she's coming back, and so we couldn't really do anything on the Saturday either. So we just rather slept and taken it easy. Feel rather good for it. So, how are we all? Are we all good? Have we had a good week? I've got a week before the Easter holidays, and I've got the kids for 2 weeks, so that should be fun. So, who've we got? You know the drill. Say hello in the comments. Right, I'll start with our cat. I see Anna Leigh. What you got? Art the Games, Michael. Charlie, yeah, Laugh, Ghost Bear, Rach, Black Dog, Black Dog Productions, I like that. Yeah, Bleed, Bill, Anita, Rob, Atoll, CJ, Irrational Gaz, Just Another Gamer Guy, That Crazy Cat Critic, and I've caught up with them all. Either that or the comments are really slow tonight. One of the two. Name is taken. Hello, buddy. Right. And just to be clear, this is a question and answer show for you guys who are new to the show. If you've got any terrain questions, there is a link in the description to a Google Doc. You can submit them on the Google Doc, yeah, and in about 10-15 minutes, we'll start chewing through them. We'll start getting you your answers. Remember, the link is in the description, and so are so the links to Patreon and PayPal. So if you like it, you know, you can always support the stream. Right, there, that's all done, ready. Oh, now the comments have taken off. Yeah, Imperial Cleans, yeah. Carl, Gunnar, Max, Callum, Terry, Rick, Pagan. I need a PayPal link. Dump Patreon. Right. Down in the description, mate. Brian. Brian. Right, I need to charge my phone, don't I? Oh, no, phone's alright. Phone is fine. It's got 3%, that'll do. Rudy. Hello, bud. Pat. The gang's all here. Right, so what have I been up to? Well, you know what I've been up to. I have been in the studio, I have been working, I am getting... Just quick update on the Black Dog, because I know you guys are concerned. Yeah, bit of a better week. Yeah. Less down days, but the downside of the tablets and the meds is that they sort of reduce your drive for getting stuff done, so you really have to kick yourself up the bum. And I've started making job lists of things I've got to get done that day, you know, because they deal with the old noggin by reducing, you know, your stress and all that sort of stuff. But it's also that mechanism that motivates you day to day. So I've started reverting to job lists, yeah. But you know, more smiles than frowns on Mel's face lately, which is a bonus. Yeah. Where else? Now, I have been in the studio this week. I've been doing things. I've been sorting my studio a bit. Yeah, pottering and go around and just being comfortable in it, you know what I mean? Doing little bits and planning videos and getting myself sorted. And obviously working on the trenches. Now, the trenches are looking lovely. I was in on Friday, and those of you on the live stream on Thursday will have said, those of you will have seen that I got it all flocked up, yeah? Friday I went in, I did all the static grassing, all the clump foliage, and, yeah, I left that to dry on Friday afternoon, with the intention that on Monday when I go in, it'll be all the small ground scatter, sealing, and we're pretty much done this week. So you will have a video on it before the end of the month, thank God. Oh, thanks, Terry. Signed up to Patreon last night, but just about also put £10 in your PayPal. It's appreciated, buddy. No worries, name is my taken. Yeah, glad to hear you keeping your head held high, Mel. Trying. You know what I mean? Yeah, I have had a couple of down days and that sort of stuff, but that's part of the course. Yeah, it's more better days than bad days, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, on the up. And I did reckon it'd take, probably about 2-3 weeks before I started feeling a little bit more myself. And so, yeah, definitely on the up, in the right place, you know what I mean? Which is a good thing, of course. And enjoying terrain again, which is the important thing. What you need is someone with a massive whip to get you motivated. Kaz, they're talking about you in here. Yeah. Just started editing my very first YouTube video from Painted Rust Effects. Thanks to you and Uncle Atom from Tabletop. Nice one, Irrational.
What have I done now?
No, they're just saying, I need someone with a massive motivational whip. Right, I've got 2 questions so far, so you better start getting them in if you want me to answer them. Three. Come on, get the questions coming. Yeah, otherwise you're just going to be stuck with me just generally chatting to one individual or 2 individuals in the chat. Yeah? The whole idea of this question and answers show is you ask me the questions, I give you the answers. Now, it's a brilliant idea and it's a wonderful way for me to help you with your builds and share my knowledge and also get group experience as well. But there is one fundamental flaw. It all relies on you lot asking me questions. Yeah? So, links in the description. Either that or I'm going to have to come up with like topics to talk about. And that's far too organised for Mel. This is Sunday night. This is our sort of sit and chill. I used to paint. And then I got too many of you to properly paint because there was that many of you I had to chat to. So, I've got 4 questions. Come on, you can do better than that. You really tell me you haven't got a terrain question. Really? Yeah, there's like 80 of you watching. How do you find motivation when feeling bad? Yeah. Are you running off?
Jesse's here in an hour, so I'm just going to go sit upstairs a bit and I'll be down.
Alright, no worries. You taking Brownie with you?
Yeah.
Alright.
Mila, come on.
That's how. Did you get the tanks from tanks from last week painted up? No, I didn't, actually. I meant to bring some bits back for him and I never did. You know me. Topic. Done, almost, with trenches. You're putting the castle on hold for a bit, so what's next? The castle's going to be, I have to go on hold on a bit until I'm a bit more stable and that sort of stuff, because it's a big project. Do you know what I mean? It's not something I want to start half-heartedly. So I need to make sure I start it, I do it properly, and so I need to be in the right place for that sort of stuff. Yeah, found some good moisture-resistant plywood boards in 2x2 from my basement today. Nice. Going to make a nice base for a Necromunda build. Very nice. Could do with it myself. Years. Yeah. Hips up and down some days. Yeah. I hear you. I have 3 moving boxes full of materials for a Necromunda build. Odin, that's playing ahead, man. How would you make a small river going into a big river? It's just blending, you know. It's just the template you lay down, mate, and then, you know, you need the mix of the water effects as the 2 rivers merge. It also depends on how quickly the water's moving. I mean, if the water's moving particularly quickly, then you'll have to do the water effects and the ripples and the froth and all that sort of stuff. But if they're slow-moving rivers, i.e. they're deep rivers, yeah, or wide rivers, i.e. high volume of water, then there's very little actual blending to do. You know, because they don't generate the same force making the waves, the splashing and that sort of stuff. But anyway, I'm not answering terrain questions from the comments. Get them into the whatchamacallit. Get them into the Google Doc. If you've got a terrain question, that goes in the Google Doc. I was watching Attack of the Titan. Attack of the Titans, we've watched that. I thought it might help fantasy terrain ideas. I've been loving World of Tanks recently. Played that over the weekend, and they've updated the graphics. I've spent probably about 2 hours driving around in my little tank getting shot left, right and centre because I'm too busy looking at the scenery. It's like, oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I should do rocks like that. Yeah, boom. Not really a team player. Hey, James. No questions. Your brilliant video answers them all. PayPal done, and thanks a million for your priceless help. Cheers, Terry. I'll jump on what's called PayPal in a second. Right. Let's do some stream heroes, do some catching up, and then we'll jump on to some questions. I think I may have to come up with a list of discussion topics, which is quite interesting because that means this show's getting a little bit more, I hate the word professional. I've been doing my best to avoid being a professional for as long as possible. Will the tanks made you get into bolt action? Now that's impressive. Although I am well chuffed that someone sent in a link to whatchamacallit to where I can 3D print an Electo. That's going in my bolt action army. Right. Oh, I see a couple of PayPals. Right, let's get these done. Right. We've got Kev B. Yeah, no message. Just 15 nuggets. Thank you, buddy. So that's Kev B. Let me get him on the screen. Let me do my gubbins. I always get a little bit disappointed when people don't send messages. I mean, obviously I appreciate that they sent money and supported the channel and that sort of stuff. But it's always nice when it, you know what I mean, when there's a little personal side beside it. Especially when it's a live show and I can read them out and that sort of stuff. And then from our Terry B. Signed up to Patreon last night, but you also deserve a tenner now. You are the terrain king. I don't know, I'm more the terrain jester. But I appreciate the comments, dude. I must write terrain king then. Terry B. Thank you, buddy. And our Odin. I don't think he would have put a message, will he? No, he didn't. Paid his dues. Thank you, guys. It is appreciated. Right. All good? I have spiders in my... I still want to lift a car. Oh, there we go, on the screen. And remember, if you do support the channel during a live show, that sort of thing, you know, goes down below. Yeah, links down below. It is appreciated, guys. It does help me, you know what I mean? Kevin B has never identified himself. Is he not? He's a secret supporter. He's one of those who just sits back quite comfortably. He likes what he sees, you know what I mean? And he, you know... There's ones like that I get donations when it's not a live show, and it's just like, you know, they don't want the bells or the whistles or anything like that, you know, they don't want the shout-outs, they're just happy to support me. Yeah? Then again, I'm a bit like that. You know, I've given donations to people and stuff like that on, you know, things like that over the years, and I'm very much a, no, don't mention it, just, there you are. You know what I mean? Is our Jace here? Hello, buddy. Hey, PB. Right, I have 12 questions. Yeah? So. Alright, Michael's asking, what can I use to make my own treetops? I see shredded foam, but I was wondering what I can use instead of buying things. Right, instead of buying things, implying that you want to use stuff from around the house. There's polyfiber, yeah, but you're still going to need to spray paint it. Polyfiber you'll find inside of teddies and cushions and stuff like that. Your old cushions. Foam you're going to raid out of old chairs, that sort of stuff. You can wire wool, you may have some of that under the sink. You can use that for treetops. I mean, a lot of these things do need spraying. They need spraying with a with a spray adhesive. Best one, something a fine spray repositionable. They're the Stay Tacky ones. And then they're going to need flocking. So you're going to need flock, you know. You may have to buy some things, mate. Yeah. You can do hard foam ones and carve them out of hard foam and literally dry brush them. Yeah, and paint them. Yeah, it's a certain style they do. Yeah, and then after that, you're really going into, you know... Sorry. Yeah, just before... Kez upstairs, she must have just told the kids, it's bedtime in, you know, so long. And I've just heard them both call back in unison. Can we have 10 minutes? And it was in perfect unison. And I know they're in different rooms. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. Alright, what was I talking about? Yeah. I mean, you can always go down the nature route, you know, and start, you know, twigs, armatures from, shrubs and stuff like that. So, there's a lot of options. Now my name is taken. I'm Kev B. Ah! Appreciated, dude. I can't fit now my name is taken on there. I'll need to enable scroll just for you, dude. Right. Right, I was just meaning to get the base down. Never thought of the polyfill. Thanks. No worries, Michael. Right, next one. Alright, how do I move to the next one? Okay. Anthony's asking, I know you like miniature games that are easy to get into, that don't cost a fortune. Will you be looking at Gaslands? No, probably not. I've seen it. It's one of those post-apocalyptic ones, isn't it? And to be truthful, for a post-apocalypse, it's more likely going to be Necromunda for me. Because I've already got, you know, models, I've already got the rules and that sort of stuff. I've got the old school rules as well. Yeah, so I probably won't get into, a specific game. Yeah, a new game. When I get to do the apocalyptic terrain, I'll probably go with a game I already play and that sort of stuff. For me, to do terrain and stuff like that, I need to be engaged in a game system that uses it as well. I don't know why. I mean, I can do terrain from all eras, but it's just something about the way I work. Right, next one. Although I keep hearing Gaslands come up. Right, Callum's asking, basically, where do you get your ideas from? I want to make buildings and bunkers. I'd also love to do some sort of watchtower, 40k, not World War II, obviously. But I just get stumped as to where to start. Any good ideas where to start? Computer games, TV, DeviantArt. Yeah. Google Images. Computer games are great, yeah, because computer games are 3D worlds. Yeah, they're full of 3D models that have been designed by people who have paid lots of money to make them look realistic, to make them look functional, proper, cool. With a lot of these games, you're able to move about in these environments. So and actually look round something. Now you can use a screen capture and literally capture. I've done it in the past on World of Tanks, and I've driven around farmhouses recording my screen, yeah, so I can get a good look at a farmhouse. Because these people have paid a lot of money to make them look really good, yeah, so they know what they're doing. And then I just follow that as a guideline, yeah, of how I'm going to build something. I get shot lots when I'm doing it. I very rarely win the game when I'm hunting for terrain, but you know, there's lots of it. Now, if you're not into computer games, then there's TV. The same applies to TV. Watch sci-fi films. Yeah? You want to know how to make defences and military style things? Watch Starship Troopers, the first one. They've got a training base there. Loads of architectural things that you can pick up military style in a modern sci-fi setting. Yeah? Even Kez is at the stage now where if we're watching a film or she's watching something, if something really good scenic comes along, she pauses it and shouts me, "Have you seen this?" It's just an eye on. Keep an eye on the backgrounds in film. Yeah? I've started not watching the main characters. I've started listening to films more. I do when I'm in the studio. Yeah? And I'll listen to things and I'll look up at key points and that sort of stuff. But the important thing is, a lot of the time, I'm looking at the background, especially as soon as I go for a long shot or a panning scene. You know, quite often at the start of a section where they're establishing where this little bit of the film is played out, you know, they're establishing location. Yeah, and I just pick little ideas up, that sort of stuff. After that, there's a wonderful amount of sci-fi and fantasy art on DeviantArt. I think it's deviantart.net or .com. Yeah? And it's just eye candy. You know what I mean? You throw in your keywords, you go hunting. Yeah? And then finally, you do have Google Images. Google Images is a really powerful search engine. Yeah? Once you know how to use it. And I'd recommend investing sort of 10 minutes, you know, go look at a YouTube video on how to use Google Images, you know, with the search operators and the Boolean searches and all that sort of stuff, so you can really nail down your keywords, yeah, and be specific, and you get wonderful results. But yeah, that's where I get, I'm utterly awful at creating my own ideas, you know what I mean, utterly awful. You know, landscapes and stuff like that I can see, but buildings, you know, and styles and stuff like that, I pluck them out of all sorts of sources. Callum's saying, that's such a great idea. Thanks, dude. I get shot at Battlefield all the time too. Starship Troopers is a sweet idea. Gonna get, and PayPal has been sent to. Why, thank you, Callum. Listen, guys, in the comments, while I go and read through the next question, yeah, good films for, let's say, 40k scenery ideas. Yeah, let's narrow it down. What good sci-fi films would you recommend? Obviously, Starship Troopers. I mean, there's the great sort of setup at the start with the military base, but there's also that like metallic field camp bit where they're extracted from. Starship Troopers 3, they're in like that shielded tower, aren't they? With the brain bugs. Or was that 2? That was 2. With the brain bugs. He's got a bug in his brain. It was utter pants, Starship Troopers 2. But the building was good with the barriers. If you're slightly tech savvy, you can use programs to extract models from the graphics card that the game is running. Said model can be 3D printed or saved for later. I've seen people do that. I'm nowhere near that savvy, but Game of Thrones, yeah, very fantasy. Good medieval series. Dune, yeah. Blade Runner, that's a bit more Infinity, but okay. Logan's Run, yeah. Alien films, perhaps. That's Necromunda, isn't it? Aliens films. The Ultramarines movie. That movie could have been made 40 minutes shorter by including a rhino in the team. Loads of ideas. Vikings, if you want something a bit older. Star Wars 2. Not a film, just watch Stargate SG-1. That's futuristic, but also historic. Yeah, I like Stargate. There's lots of references there. Chronicles of Riddick. Oh, that's a brilliant one. Right, let me crack on with another question, because I'm 3 of 19. It's going to be a good show, folks. I might need to top up my brew. Then again, Kez should be down in about another 15 minutes. Right. Okay, I'll do to question 10, then I'll have a little bit of a break and a catch-up, yeah? Oh, pardon me, that crazy cat critic. Mel, I'm working on creating my first scratch-built building. Any tips or videos you would recommend to make the process easier? Yes, I would recommend, my Terrain Techniques Urban Buildings playlist. There's about 30 videos in there on scratch building buildings that you can pull from foam board to blue foam, balsa wood, all sorts of different techniques and that sort of stuff. Just basically, if you're looking at scratch building buildings, go and have a look at my technical tutorials playlist and look for the urban/buildings one. I have a couple of the technical tutorials, and they're the ones where I look at specific techniques. Yeah, not like the Let's Makes where we actually build something start to finish. Yeah, the technical ones, I look at an element of something or focus on an element of something. But I do one on foliage, there's one on water and snow, there's a playlist for rocks and hills, and there's the playlist for urban. Mad Max's, Waterworld, Flash Gordon, Silent Running. Waterworld is also very Gorka Morka /Orky. Can you imagine a game of Gorka Morka, based on a Waterworld table with the orcs on jet bikes and little boats, and humans in the settlement? No, Mel, you've got too many projects. No, Mel, stop it. No. Give me 1 sec. Gorka get it away on a 4x4, or would it have to be bigger? Save that one for later. Build the Gorkamorka Water World table. Melting water. Watermorka. Change the water to acid and that would make an amazing Necromunda board. I don't know if it'd make an amazing... You see, I don't know if there's vehicle rules in Necromunda. No worries, cat. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it! Bring out the Book of Ornaments! Doing the Orc thing, check out Cromlech, seriously cool Orc vehicles. Yeah, Cromlech's nice. Good visuals, Aliens, Alien 3, especially Elysium, Pandorium, Dark City, Chronicles of Riddick, Event Horizon. Event Horizon scares the bejeebus out of me. Yeah, Mad Max, Robot Jocks. Don't think I've seen that one. Crash and Burn. The Last Starfighter. What a film. Moon, Mute, Blade Runner. Eagle 1, the most modular ship ever. Right, questions anyway. Next one. Irrational Gas. Do you have any advice for creating 28mm staircases or fire escapes? Getting the proportions right for holding slaughter base mid-flight seems a little daunting. To be truthful, mate, my recommendation is to buy laser cut ones. There's companies that just sell the staircases and the ladders. You can scratch build, but they're really fiddly. Really, really fiddly. If you're trying to make them so that you get that situation where there's enough gap between the steps for you to get a slaughter base in and lodge them, yeah, that can be really tricky. Yeah, because it takes some real precision cutting on your supports to make sure they're all right. And I don't recommend it because if you get a reasonably heavy model, you get like a levering effect and you can actually break it. You're better off doing the stairs so they work in sort of sets of steps than a little platform that's say 3/4 of an inch that you can put a model on, yeah? And then another set of steps to the full height if you want to do transitions, you know, model movement along. With a lot of the stairs, I just tend to say, you know, with ladders and stuff like that, I don't look at getting models placed on them unless they're a particularly grand set of stairs. You know what I mean? Like out the front of a big manor house or something like that. The reason being is stairs are really challenging to work functionally. And there's not many times you're actually going to use them to work functionally. So you're better off making them more symbolic than functional. Yeah, and just have a good platform at the top where they can stand. Yeah. Now, obviously, if the stairs are like Mines of Moria and they're up here and down there and all over the place, then you need to integrate, you know, placement platforms along the stairs. Yeah, but don't look at sort of hooking miniatures into the lip. You will have a bad time. Event Horizon terrified me as a kid. I hear you, Inkpen. I hear you. I wasn't even a kid. There were rules for vehicles in the old rules. I could send you the old vehicle design rules if you want them. I've got the old vehicle design rules, but were they for Necromunda or just 40k? Gary, really pleased that the UK has done their time changing. Yeah, Odin's coming with Escape from New York. I'm not sure if that's future. Then again, it's been a while since I've watched it. Steps, then landings. The models start and stop movements on the landings. Paul said it much simpler than I've just rambled on, but yeah, he's saying the same. Brilliant gadget. Foam gun, hot glue guns are brilliant gadgets, Terry. I very much agree. Right. Well, I sent a question about bricks. It'll be in the list if it's in the list. So, let's get on to question 6. Bill. Okay. Have you ever tried to scribe stonework into any other materials other than extruded foam? I'm wrecking my hands trying to scribe into hydrocal. Would plaster of Paris be too soft? Would it flake too badly? No, you can scribe plaster of Paris. Yeah? And remember, with hydrocal, you can scribe it while it's wet, mate. You'd have to wait till it's dry and it's hard. You know, all you got to do is wait till the mould's reasonably firm. Yeah, because what you got to remember with when you do rock moulds and stuff like that with hydrocal, yeah, you put your stuff in. Yeah, it will set to a reasonable amount that you can demold, but it isn't fully cured. At that stage, it's actually quite easy with a metal to scribe brickwork and stuff like that. You can draw it into foam board. You can draw it with a biro. You can put it onto EPVC. I've discovered. Yeah, so there's plenty of other materials. Plaster Paris. I don't recommend plaster of Paris as a material that, unless it's all you've got, yeah, there's other materials. You know, I'm a big fan of Crystal R, okay, because it's like 10 times stronger than plaster of Paris and dries a hell of a lot faster. Yeah. Plaster of Paris can chip, but it isn't really flaky, but you can scribe it. And remember, you can always go over it with a coat of varnish. You know what I mean? You can put a nice good, gloss coat over it with a decent varnish, and then matte coat over that, yeah, to take the gloss off. So yeah, to answer your questions, yes, I've tried to scribe stonework into pretty much everything I get my hands on at some point. Yeah, and yes, you can. And plaster of Paris is okay, but I'd use Crystal R. Right. Calm's saying check out Watch Up Green stuff. They have rollers with brickwork textures. Yeah, we've used those. Necromunda, Outlanders had the Ash Waste Nomads. Did they have bikes and stuff? And little buggies? Escape from New York was 8 years ago, I think. Really? Oh, dude. Thank you, Ben. No worries, Terry. Right, I am on 6 of 21. Next question. Let's go for 7. I'm going to 10, and then I'm refilling my mug, and then we'll do a quick catch-ups on the PayPals and that sort of stuff. Yeah, Rational Gaz, it does. Right, Chris is asking, will a hot wire cutter cut Foamex foam board? No. If you're talking about EPVC, which I think that's what Foamex is, yeah, then no, it won't, mate. I've tried. It does melt it, but it's incredibly slow. The smells that come off are nasty. Just don't. Stick with the blade. It cuts nice and easy with a blade. Yeah. Right, next question. Question 8. Just another gamer guy. Mel, I'm looking at some metal mesh fence like chicken wire fencing. Would appreciate it if you could point me in the right direction. Also, looking at crackling paste and wondered if you'd used it before. Oh, you snuck in 2 questions, you cheeky chappy. Right, okay. Chicken wire fencing. Right, if you're looking to make like model chicken wire fencing, then you're looking at fine metallic mesh, aren't you? You want to be looking in automotive, yeah, and look for exhaust repair mesh. Yeah, they sell them in A4 sheets, and they're like aluminium, and they're a mesh. And the idea is that you stick them over a hole on your exhaust along with some sort of bonding putty. Yeah, and it'll do like a temporary patch for a hole on your exhaust until you can get it repaired. Yeah, but that's the mesh I recommend, and it's dirt cheap. I think I paid £1 for like 3 or 4 sheets of it. Yeah, there's a video on it. You can see it in my barbed wire video in the Let's Make playlist, because you can cut down it diagonally along the strands and it produces like barbed wire. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's where I recommend the metal mesh from. I'm sure people in the comments will also give other recommendations, but that's my go-to place. Also, I was looking at crackling paste and wonder if you'd used it before. Right. I have, yeah, but I don't tend to use it because I use physics to do my crackling. Okay. Because crackling paste is expensive. For those of you who don't know, crackling paste is a paste where you apply it down and it shrinks that much that you get that cracked effect. Yeah, that you get with with like dried mud and stuff like that. But I do it through sort of like accelerating the heating process of like filler and stuff like that, you know, at the very top surface, and then let the physics crack it. I'll do a video on that at some point, because it's dead easy and it looks brilliant. Oh, window screens for the mesh idea, yeah. Bill's trying the plaster of Paris. Kill my hands. Watch your hands, dude. Thanks, Mel. That is what I found today. Thought I might have done something wrong. Glad it was just a daft idea for trying to cut foam board up with it. No worries, Chris. Yep, Bikes and Buggies came out around the same time as Gorka Morka. I think they borrowed the rules from there. Morka World. Gorka Morka was a was a 4x4 game, wasn't it? Could you not just mix crackling nail varnish into your paint? I don't know. I've never done it and I'm not sure how they'd mix, because I've no experience of crackling nail varnish. Thank you, Gary. We're getting there. That would be awesome for bases. Please do a vid. Oh, not for bases. Now I'm talking about for rivers and like large areas. I don't do bases. I'm rubbish at miniature basing. Do it, Mal. Do it. Right. Next question. So, David, hope that answers your questions, dude. Number 9. Chris, I want to make some sewers for Skaven. What's the best way? Hey, Jess! Just give us one, guys. We've got visitors. Here we go. Yeah.
They didn't hear her.
She surprised them. Come on, then. Go on. Oh, Kez. Has Oz just stood on your toe? He's a big dog, isn't he? Kez?
Yes.
I'm really busy.
7 minutes. Alright. Are you duck? Yeah. It's alright. We'll run up.
Right. I want to make sewer for some Skaven. What's the best way to make it look grungy? Bits and browns and greens. Really dark browns and greens. It's about putting your washes on. Okay, that's the grime, the grunge, yeah? Into the corners, anywhere water would pool. Streaks on the walls. Yeah, the brown is obviously the dirt and that sort of stuff, yeah? The green is the damp and the mould. Yeah, both are important. It's important that they're dark. Okay, one of those environments would be dark, but the darker it is, the grungier it is. And those would be my key recommendations, yeah? Lots of streaks, that sort of stuff. You may want to be looking at getting a little bit of gloss varnish and putting little bits of gloss down in certain areas to represent moisture pooling and that sort of stuff. Thank you, baby.
Don't look at that.
Can I, baby?
You laughed at me when the dog stood on my toe.
It was funny.
But that's naughty.
Yeah, but it was funny.
But that's just not supportive.
No, it isn't, but...
So that's mean, so why should I
Would you want me to
rude?
lie to you?
No, you just shouldn't have laughed.
And look, like, it wasn't voluntarily. Right, so yeah, that would be my recommendation. What do people think in the comments? In fact, this is how we're going to do it. When I read out the comment, yeah, because I don't read the comments until I've sort of given my answer. When I read out the comment, you guys, if you've got something to chip in on this, feel free to jump in the comments and, you know, share what your thoughts and that sort of stuff. You know, Mel may know a thing or two, yeah, but Mel does not know as much as all of you lot put together. So if we put it all together, we all get better answers, you know what I mean? You've never dealt with nail crackling varnish before? Not even a... No, calm down, Anthony. We hope Jessie and not drunk. I know, she won't be drunk. You're thinking of Jenny, mate, not Jess. Jess is sensible. I need help building a ruined fancy town with docks. Would you put it on your list of vids to do? It's there. Oh, bro, I guarantee you'll probably do yours before I do mine, mate. Right. Question 10. And then I'm going to do some PayPals. We'll catch up. Some stream heroes. You know what I mean. Joe. Right. How would you approach a generic sci-fi 1-inch grid board with modular bits, walls, drums, pods, energy, used for role-playing games like Starfinder? Well, are we talking one single board, or are we talking modular boards? I suppose that's one thing you have to consider. Yeah. To be truthful, I would probably look at gaming mat. Yeah, because they're a lot more detailed than what you call it. Sci-fi boards and stuff like that, they need a lot of detail. That's what carries them off as sci-fi boards. Yeah, gaming mats are really good. You can get them with the grid printed on. Yeah, Deep Cut do some great ones. Mats by Mars do some great ones. I've seen some literal spaceship ones. Now, if you want to go, right, no, Mal, I want a really hardcore board, then what I'd recommend is investing in some Hearst Arts molds and getting their sci-fi corridors sections, because they come up with, they have like 1-inch tiles that you can cast out of Crystal as I use. Yeah, and you just lay them out, you build them on like an MDF board or whatever, and they've got all the gantries, the piping, they've got the wall sections, the doors, various sci-fi things, and you just cast up the bits you want and build the bits you want. But you've got to buy the moulds. Now the moulds are about $25 each. You're probably going to need, realistically, yeah, you'll probably want to pick up probably about 4 or 5 moulds, but they last. Oh, I've been using some of my moulds for like 15 years. You know what I mean? And it's a mould, so you're continually getting stuff out. Yeah? If you want a scratch build, then you're probably going to be wanting to engrave the grid onto HD foam and your details and stuff like that. It's doable. Yeah. I don't know. You might struggle getting a lot of what's called sci-fi detail on. It's a lot of work. You know what I mean? Ah. Oh. Can I have a cookie and a cookie?
No.
Yes.
No.
Really?
I'm going to give him the dog.
Really? Do you think that little of me?
Don't even. You thought that little of me. You laughed at me.
Not consciously.
No, it's alright. Don't worry. I figured that when I thought it wasn't going green. I thought she's driving. I'm driving, yeah. Don't look at me like that.
Where are the kids?
You spoiled, you are. Yeah.
Alright. I'll have to go up and give them a kiss in a sec.
Come on.
Homemade brownies.
In here.
Right.
Come on.
One singular board instead of vinyl mat, just to make it more 3D. I reckon have a look at Hearst Art's Sci-fi corridors, mate. If you want to do an epic project, yeah, for something like that, I reckon you'd like that. Say you're sorry. It goes a long way. Kaz! I'm sorry, baby.
What, you have to?
You said it would go a long way.
Oh, so you only said it because somebody told you to. Doesn't mean it. Doesn't mean the same if he didn't come from you.
Look at the reaction I got for saying it. You can't take that on me when your reaction was, what do you want? Not, okay, love you, baby, or anything like that.
That's normally why you say nice things. Because you're after something.
Isn't that why we all say nice things?
No, I say them just because I mean them.
Liar.
Hi, liar.
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 Liar, liar, bum's on fire. You crawler. Calm down, you two. Right. Right, 110, we need to do some PayPals. Check if anyone's... Well, we've had one by the looks of it. Oh no, we've had... Got a couple. Okay. Quick update on Sunday's show. I haven't had any copyright strikes for my singing. Now, that could be a bad thing, yeah, because what it could mean is I'm more confident in singing on the show. Ooh, gone fuzzy. Come on, focus. Focus on the face, thank you. Right, I've got another 11 questions to go yet, so we have plenty to keep us going. Yeah, but let's do some shout-outs. Okay, adding to the list of this show's stream heroes, people who support the show and appreciate this Q&A section. It's been a good one so far. It's been a better one this show, hasn't it? Would you say? Yeah? Right. We've got our Callum. Now, Callum appreciated answers and he sent us 10 nuggets. Thank you, buddy. And very quickly, has he sent a little message? Oh, he has. Your honesty and just how genuine you are in your making is great. I've been in this for about a month now, and all of the people I've watched, you are by far the best. Glad to finally catch you live. Thank you, Callum. Thank you, mate. Yeah, we've got Jason L. And he sent 10 of those US nuggets. Go on, let me click that. Right, so, first off, Jason L. Okay? Still want to make something for you from my forge. Oh yeah, Wolf's Moon Forge. Kez wants you to make her something. I don't know what it is, but she was bugging me. Oh mate, can you do me something like an anniversary present? If I could design something and have it specially made, because that would massive, you know, that's serious brownie points, you know what I mean? But thank you for the support, buddy. Right, that's our Jason on. Right. Sarah L, I think, or Sarah E, I'm not sure. No message, but we'll call her Sarah L.E. She's hyphenated. I used to go out with a girl who was hyphenated. She was very posh. Always held a finger up. Oh, I'm going to get. I'm going to hell. I'm so going to hell. Calm down. It's the sugar. It is. Sorry. No offense, Sarah, I'm not implying anything. You just hyphenated name made me giggle, mate. Brought back a memory. Oh, calm down. But she sent 10 British nuggets. She's obviously posh. She's British. Yeah, and then we got James. James R. Oh, you good folks. Right. Now I need to enable scroll. Looks like he sent us, I don't know what denomination he sent us. But he sent us 3.5 nuggets, so I appreciate it. Currently a hobo, so this isn't much, but get yourself a pint, coffee, pot of paint. Thanks. Dude, if money's tight, don't send it to me, mate, but thank you. There. Am I caught up? Yes. Thank you, guys. Oh, no. Enable scroll. Slow scroll down. Right. Kes wants metal tips that she can add to her whips. Calm down, Anthony. In fairness, other players forced me to sing a hobgoblin opera in D&D. Their own fault. There's just too many questions to even get into that. Yes, you are. Yes, I am. I'm going to hell. Sorry. So, just another gamer guy using my wife's PayPal. That's all right then. Is she posh? Well, right, Anthony, I'm not reading that. Right. Let's crack on with some questions. Do that. Yeah. Caught there. That's okay. Just very quickly before we move on. It was Corbyn's first cadet camp. Okay. Now Corbyn's in the Army Cadets here in the UK, which is the Ministry of Defence runs like various cadet forces, the Air Training Corps, the Sea Cadets, and the Army Cadet Force. And Corbyn's in the local Army Cadet Force, and it was his first ever weekend away as a cadet this weekend, Friday to Sunday. Yeah, and they issued him his kit, and obviously because he's in the Army Cadets, I was sorting all his kit and all that sort of stuff. And just before he left for his exercise, proud dad moment. But if you didn't see it on my Facebook page, The Terrain Tutor, that's how he looked. Yeah? When I picked him up today. Come on. Focus on it. Look at those eyes. And then finally, about 30 minutes later, crashed absolutely off his feet. Hey, baby.
There you go. Right, Jess is game now, Duck.
See you later, Jess.
Thank you for having me, love.
No worries, Duck.
We'll see you Friday.
Okay. All catamarans and whalers. Oh. Yeah, he came back way too tidy. They didn't really mess him up that much, but he had a damn good time. He had a really good weekend. He's so grown up. I know, Cat. He is. When I saw him, he's only 12. And he's been packing a 5.56 assault rifle all weekend. Right. Questions, shall we? Well, I'll have a little bit of my cookie first and then we'll get back into it. Do you know what? One of Kerry's best things she's ever done was convincing Willow that baking cookies and brownies was a play activity. Mel, is that almighty flocked front yard that Cub doesn't have to cut down? No, he has to cut it. Hello, you.
Yeah, because you were mean to me earlier.
What?
Yeah, because you were mean to me earlier. You were? The dog stood on my toe when you laughed. So you owe me.
Well, to be truthful, you should really be angry with the dog for standing on your toe.
No, you laughed.
Yeah, but he stood on your toe.
That's not the point. So you can iron their uniform.
Really?
Yeah.
Looks like I'll be ironing
You
after.
say you've got a hard job. You've had a hard job and you've worked really hard tonight. Go on.
I'm not going to.
Go on. Sitting there eating cookies and biscuits and giving me Jip.
You're sitting in there eating cookies and biscuits.
I'm not giving you Jip.
If I'm not giving you Jim. I'll do the ironing, it's okay.
Your shirt doesn't need doing.
Kez is allergic to the iron.
I hate ironing. I hate ironing. I hate ironing.
Right. Millionaire shortbread. I don't know. Just cookies.
No,
I was just telling them the best thing you ever did was convince Willow that making cookies and brownies was a play activity. Right.
Hey, it's like Fred with his stress ball thing.
Mm.
Tell you she's ever so handy, Willow is.
Mel, stop before she throws something at you. No, I'm a quick dodger.
I've only got cookies and brownies and I'm not wasting them.
Oh, how the smugness has vanished.
Do you want another one?
No, I'm alright. Oh, brownie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right, shall we do some questions, folks? I think we should. Why does it keep coming up with behind the scenery love and it should be the Sunday nighter. Does my head in, that does. Right. Gary's forgot to switch the watch at the cooker on. Been there. Right, Adam Mick. Yeah, I've been flocking my first terrain board, but struggled to get the flock to seal down. Is it likely just to be my watered down PVA is too watery? Yeah, more than likely, mate. Yeah, I mean, you are talking about getting sawdust essentially to stick to a board. Yeah, if that's not sticking down, then up your PVA content in your spray. But that's pretty typically the reason flock doesn't stick down. No worries, just another gamer guy. No worries. Right. Thank you. So yeah, basically, Adam, yeah, when it comes to sealing PVA, you want to be looking at it depends how strong your PVA is, but you want to be looking at, either a 1-to-1 ratio, yeah, which is quite thick, yeah, or anywhere to a 1-to-3 ratio, 3 water, 1 PVA being the weakest, basically a quarter PVA. And you want a bit of flow aid in there so it can definitely soak in and get everywhere it needs to be. Right, next question. Oh.
His shirt is fine, Sam.
That's what I've got to iron, is it?
And your mum's put tram lines in them.
My mum's put tram lines in them. Okay.
Well, don't blame me if they have tram lines and I don't do the ironing. It can only be you and your mother.
Mum, this is why I never used to let my mum iron my uniform,
She tries.
Right, CJ has a question. If a terrainiac falls down in the woods and no one is around to laugh at him, did he really fall? To be truthful, a terrainiac wouldn't fall in the woods and we wouldn't laugh at him if he did. Now, if a terrainiac glued it... Are you?
What?
You're skulking off, aren't you?
Oh, what do you want me to do? Sit in the kitchen on my own?
Don't look outside eyes. Come join the live show. No, I want to go to bed. Leave you with the ironing.
It's not much.
Have you done the dishes? Or do they need doing as well?
The dishes are done. I was doing them earlier as we were cooking.
Oh.
No, as Willow was making a mess, I was cleaning it.
Alright, baby, I'll see you later, yeah? Alright, love you. Yeah. But no, what you call it, terrainiac, we wouldn't.
Bye.
We wouldn't laugh at someone falling over in the woods. We'd laugh when someone glues a wood to them. And if you don't know where the terrainiacs, make sure you check out the Terrainiac Facebook group. It's coming up on 15,000 terrainiacs in there. Yeah, all sorts of people from all sorts of different sides of the hobby: wargaming, railroaders, crafters, professionals, amateurs, first timers. Yeah, there's a link in the description with all the other links. Yeah, and if you want to show off your builds and get help, yeah, beyond this question and answers, get in the Terrainiacs community. Yeah, you'll see the guys in the comments saying how good it is. Okay. Right, CJ, I'll leave that one open. Let's go for the next question. Now my name is taken. I refuse to use Facebook. Oh, well, if you don't use it, don't use it. But if you do, it's there. Right. James. I've been trying to create some unique Necron pieces. I'm slowly working my way into making a Tomb World board. Any suggestions on how to create Necron centerpieces like crystals and obelisks? I'm also trying to find ways to get the board to light up underneath with Necron green light. Have certain pieces shine through parts of the board like underglow cars. Main issue though is finding the pieces that can make the solid base for the obelisks and the Necron structures. Right, okay. So we're talking Necrony, right? First off, reference material, you're going to be looking at, you're going to be looking at Egypt, aren't you? And the archaeology of Egypt. That's GW's main reference for it. Yeah. Crystals, I highly recommend buying them. Yeah, you can buy cheap plastic crystals on eBay, and you can buy, crystal play shapes. All different colours, sizes, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Dirt cheap. Don't buy wargaming ones. Go and buy play ones and craft ones. Yeah, they come in 101 different varieties. So that's where your crystals and that sort of stuff. Generally obelisks, which are the tall towers, not a tower but the monument sort of thing, the spike. They're generally they're generally precision cut out of foam. So, yeah, good luck. They're not easy things to do. Someone in the what you call it? Comments might have a better suggestion, but yeah, foam for those. Doing the underlit board. Essentially, you're talking two boards, aren't you? And you're looking at LED sets. Well, you're looking at two options. Yeah, you're either looking at LED sets or you're looking at placeholders for glow sticks. Remember, glow sticks can be really... They'll have an ongoing cost. You'll have to keep doing them, whereas LEDs, you learn to do the LEDs, you buy the stuff, and then once it's done, and then it's just battery cost. But it can be a really nice, easy way of getting glow effects in, because you just got to figure out how to accommodate a glow stick and how to make it easy to change that glow stick. Yeah? And not just that, you can change the colours. Yeah, Necrons look good with the green glow, but can you imagine what you look with the red glow? Yeah? So there are glow sticks. LED kits, you can buy the whole kit with multiple LEDs and everything you need. Yeah, on eBay. I think the kits cost about a tenner. Hello? Oh, really? Come on. You can't even fake being tired or just waking up with one step. YouTube knows you're faking it. Your dad knows you're faking it. You're covering... Oh, no, you didn't wake up. You've waited for Mungo bed, now you come down because you didn't want to come down.
Why is it so blurry?
Why is it all so blurry? Yeah, because you've just come in the room. Now we know you love being on YouTube and you've waited for your mum go to bed before you've got up to come down and appear on the show. Be honest.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you better turn round and say hi.
Hi.
Yeah? Give your dad a love.
No, I'm on the first actually.
Well, you can go get yourself a drink, but it is bedtime and it is school tomorrow. What?
Do they have a brownie with it if there's any left?
You don't want my brownie?
No.
What's wrong with my brownie?
You're holding it?
Really?
Oh, germaphobic.
I'll remember that next time I've got something nice that you want. Go get yourself a drink, darling. Okay. Yeah. With regards to a board and underlighting a board, yeah, Foreground are going to be publishing their MDF boards, their 2x2 boards soon, and they're dual layer. Other than that, you've just got to get a bit creative. Now, it can be as simple as cutting your but using a 2x2 baseboard, then using some battening around the edges and some support, say, giving it about 1 inch. And then what you can get is it's like radiator board. I don't know what you call it in the in the US or other countries, but in the UK we have like this. It's about 5mm MDF, okay, and what it's got is it's got lots of holes drilled into it, and the idea is it's a cover that you cover your radiator with. You can box your radiator in, yeah. So you can't actually see the radiator, but there's a board with lots of little holes in, and the holes can some of the boards are fancy. They've got like chevron doles and the fleur-de-lis sort of cut into them, but that if you put that use that stuff and you used it as your top base, that would give you a playable surface that you can place on, but it would also give you lots of sort of uplighting opportunities for the green light. And if you are going to do a hollow center board and install the lights and stuff like that, look at hobby smoke machines as well. Because if you're going to have lighting effects, you might as well go with the smoke and have like green smoke coming up out of the ground as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really should do a video on that as well, shouldn't I? So many videos I want to do for you guys. Don't even try to look tired or you've been busted. You know you've been busted. Yeah, well, they know you've been busted. Yeah. What's this? Right. I didn't say come join the show. I said you could get a drink and have a brownie and then go to bed.
Dad, I promise not to tell Mum.
No.
I'll give you £10. I have nothing more.
I know you've got enough in your money box, but you're not buying me off.
I don't have £20 left.
Do you really think I'm going to risk the wrath of your mother for a tenner? No.
Oh, okay, thank you. So you're not going to tell her?
I won't tell her if you go to bed now.
Okay, good night.
Alright, come give me a kiss.
Night, night,
Love you.
But subscribe.
Go on, you.
Goodbye.
Yes, you have. Pegboard. Yeah, pegboard. I've heard it called that as well. So yeah, I think those are your options, mate. Just talking about the crystals, go for play crystals. The monolith, you're looking at the obelisks, you're looking at foam carving, to be truthful. But the idea of the dual board with the LEDs or the glow sticks, smoke machine, all good. All good. Make it 20. Huh? Castle Grayskull. Mel, speaking of upcoming videos, what is the plan for after the trenches? I don't know. Chillax, just let me get these trenches done. Don't worry, I'm not going to disappear. We've still got the medieval stuff to get into. Right. Okay, right, I am killing the questions now because I've got another 12 to go. I'm 13 of 25. Yeah, so let's get these what you call it, other questions done. 14. Right, Bradley D. I've been creating a snowy tabletop board for various terrain pieces and hills, but just can't seem to make it look like snow for love nor money. I was wondering what sort of layering techniques you use to make snowy looking terrain for a large board as well as smaller pieces. Right, you've got gloop or layering, okay? In the case of gloop, you use some sort of snow flock, whether it's the plastic microfiber stuff, whether it's white sawdust, or whether it's white 1mm static grass. And then you mix it with white acrylic filler and white paint and a little bit of PVA. You mix it into a gloop and you can literally slop it down. Yeah. The other option you've got is the layering technique, where basically you put layers of whatever your flock is, your snow flock is, whether it's the plastic fibres, the white 1mm static grass, or the the sawdust, yeah. And then you soak it with PVA or you soak it with hair lacquer, yeah. Put another layer down and you build the layers up, yeah. So that's the basic two main ways of building snow up and that sort of stuff for over large areas. Personally, I recommend going with the gloop. Yeah, it's just a lot quicker. Yeah, the acrylic filler gives it some volume and you can get some nice interesting textures and stuff like that. Fish tank decor, obelisk, very nice idea, ink pen. The planet's a Gorka Morka water. Thought medieval was on hold. No, gotta do the medieval Let's Make series. The castle is on hold. That's a different project. LEDs with glow-in-the-dark paint could work well. Yeah. Or UV paint for the Necron stuff. Right, let's carry on. Yes, Kat, I got that one. That was a long one ago, so I can get to skip that one. Kev B, now my name is taken. Nice one, dude. Yeah. Man, I have a question about the efficiency of using grain mill to ground foam. I do not want to grind foam with a cheese grater. No way. I want to make a lot of it. I spend about 100 to 100 on electric grain mill if it will work. What's the best way of grinding up ground foam to make woodland scenics type blending stuff? I imagine they use an industrial blender, mate. Yeah. What you've got to remember is we often teach and we use kitchen blenders, and that's what you're talking about, an electric grain mill, I'm assuming. I've never heard of an electric grain mill, but I'm assuming that you're talking about a blender. I think they use an industrial ones. Yeah, but it's exactly the same process. It's essentially blending. I'm just trying to think how you could test it out. It's difficult for me to sort of answer that one because I've no experience of using them beyond using them. But I know that there are industrial versions of kitchen blenders, so it stands to reason that you can get a bigger blender that can do the job and probably does the job better with it being industrial. Right, next question. Graham, how do you do leafless trees for winter or early spring, but do a bunch of them so you can't really see through it like a woods or a forest? Right. The issue here is realism versus functionality. The reason you can't see, through a wood, even in autumn when it's shed its foliage, is because there's so many damn trees in it that it does literally fill and block out your field of view. With wargaming, even with foliage, we struggle to obscure view. Yeah, so you're just not going to achieve it. Yeah. What you may have to do is rule it. Okay, and by that what I mean is make a rule that this area you can't see through it, even though you can see through it as a model. You know, it's that symbolism thing again, because there's no way you can get the volume of trees on, yeah, to actually block field of view. The only other way you could possibly do it is by putting evergreen structures in the wood as well. So bushes that don't shed, yeah, ivy and stuff coming up the trees, which would be a little bit bushier, fill them out a bit, you know what I mean? Can't see the forest through the trees. Oh yes. But yeah, what do you call it? Coffee bean grinders do work really well for grinding foam, just to let you know. I don't know if they do industrial, what do you call it? Industrial versions, but good results. Right. A rock tumbler will mill it up finally, do you reckon? I'm not sure if it would. I'm not sure if the foam would just keep going round in it. I mean, I used to polish rocks. Well, my mum did. Part of the craft thing. Those blue sound of my childhood. Those rock tumblers going round and round and round, polishing rocks. If you put trees in an odd-shaped piece of green cloth, that denotes a wood line. Yeah, you could, or you could define it by the scatter base. Right, question 18 of 25. Terry B. Who taught you everything that you know, and do you have a particular tutor that you look up to? No one taught me everything I know. My mum taught me a lot when I was a nipper in the craft shop. But I'm more a self-taught man. I go out and learn, you know what I mean? I teach myself, that sort of thing. There's been various people along the way who've taught me things, shown me things when I was younger. There's people now, Fred. Who do I look up to? There's very few people, to be truthful. There's people I admire and that sort of thing, but not in a... They don't personally mentor me or tutor me. You know what I mean? If there's anyone I really admire that who does tutor me, it's Fred in the studios, because he's so willing to share, you know, the stuff he knows about art, and I do learn a lot from him, you know, insights and stuff like that. Right. Next. From Max. Considering buying Lego and making a town based of 70s bricks and 80s, maybe 90s, I wanted to know what's the best suite to combine Lego scenery and a model scenery like such as your scenery and model railway scenery. What's the best way to combine? With regards to how it looks, Max, I have no idea. Personally, I wouldn't combine Lego with model scenery unless it was some sort of high art project, and even then I wouldn't do it. Practically, the issue you're going to have is you're dealing with hardened plastic, yeah, which is probably the one thing that PVA struggles with, and then a load of scenic materials whose best sort of material, best glue, is PVA. To be perfectly honest, I wouldn't even attempt it. Now, there might be people in the comments who've got better suggestions than me. Yeah, but that's not... I wouldn't pick that one up. And I've picked up some dodgy stuff when it comes to... Can you try this? Can you do this? But I wouldn't try and combine Lego with scenery building. Good luck, dude. 20. When making a... Right, this is from Terry. When making a ladder for 40k, how do I work out the measurements for riser heights and width of the ladder? Or do I just guess? Go off examples, mate. There's plenty of ladders already made for 40k. Yeah, nick those. It's all about scaling. And you'll see a ladder you like and then just pick the scale off that. That's how I do it. Whenever I've tried to do ladders my own size and scale and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I've got never looks right. Whenever I've copied someone else, looks brilliant. You're really making me want brownies and cookies. Sorry, dude. And Lego is way more expensive than foam board. It is. People are talking about Elon. There is only one answer. The God Emperor of Mankind and painting Duncan Roads. Eh? That's interesting. Oh, who I look up to. Lego could be used to frame for construction, but it's simply not a viable resource given its ever increasing cost. Yeah, I use Lego a lot in terrain building, but the main reason I use Lego a lot in terrain building is because PVA doesn't really stick to it. You know what I mean? And it's nice sharp angles. Yeah, Fred is cool. Right, questions. 21. John, how would you go about building an underground evil temple complex? Yeah. That one you basically need to make the cavern for it, I'm assuming. Yeah, because I'm assuming with you saying underground you want a cavern. I did that with it requires a remarkable amount of materials, and the results can be something that's quite unmanageable. You know what I mean? Size-wise to store and that sort of stuff. But if you are interested, go and have a look at my foreground Frostgrave build. It's in the project logs, and I did an underground cavern in that. And as part of that, I covered most of the challenging aspects of doing underground stuff, such as blending like walls in with the roof and how you've got to support it and how you figure out the sizes and everything like that. So yeah, the foreground Frostgrave build, mate. It's quite complicated, so go have a look at that video and those videos, and I'm sure, you know, that'll give you a bit of a better handle. Robot Coop food processor. That seems to be the industrial one to go for. Right. 22. Another person asking about my mentor. So I've actually answered that question. Pretty much exactly the same question as I was asked before. Okay, 23. William, have you used Windex as a flow aid? Yeah. Glass cleaner. We can in the UK. We can mention brand names and stuff like that. You can't on the BBC because they're supposed to be impartial. There's a law which says they're supposed to be impartial and non-commercial. Yeah, right. Yeah, but I can mention brand names. Windex, I haven't used it. That's because I use Flow Aid. I have Artistic Flow Aid, and I bought an £8 bottle when I started the channel, and I've still probably got about £4 worth left in the bottle. You use that little of proper Artist Flow Aid. That I haven't reached the point where I need to replace it or try anything different. I've heard it's good. Clear is another one. Now, what's Clear for? Clear's not Flow Aid. They use it for varnishing, don't they, or something? I'm a bit weird. I quite like using proper products, you know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of using alternative things. Because the issue I have is it's fine turning around and saying, oh, well, this brand of such and such works great as a. Yeah, but it's not sold as a. Yeah, so the company who's selling it hasn't made a promise that it will always work as a. You know what I mean? And then you could get a situation where they change the recipe of what it does, and without you knowing, it no longer works as A, and then you use it on your project as A, and then you has a big mess. Wilkinsons do their own version of Legos called Blocks. Miles cheaper than Lego. Yeah, but they don't really stick together properly. We've had Blocks. Not good as Lego. Right. Question 24. Why did Corbyn, this from Red Green, why did Corbyn not do the BBS or UK's BSA? Boy Scouts. Why didn't he do the Boy Scouts? Because you don't get to like fly around in helicopters and, you know, learn ambush techniques and go in the shooting range in the Scouts. Trust me, the Army Cadets, a lot better. And for my final question, Anna-Lay. Hi, Anna-Lay. How can I seal heavy cardboard for the base of terrain before going on in order to keep it from getting soggy? Yeah, okay, right. First off, if you're using cardboard, what you've got to do, yeah, is it'll be corrugated cardboard. You've got to get 2 sheets of corrugated cardboard. And where the corrugations go, yeah, you've got to put the sheets, glue the sheets together, yeah, sort of perpendicular, the corrugations. So the corrugations on one go one way, and the bottom sheet go that way. And what that does is corrugated cardboard will always bend really easily one way but not the other. By putting 2 sheets down at right angles to each other, you pretty much stop it bending at all, which will stop any warping you have with cardboard. Yeah, cardboard's prone to warping, but that's the way you stop it. Your next option when you're talking about from getting soggy, that's with all the with all the like PVA and all that sort of stuff. Get some filler, or in the US spackle, rub that round the surface. Okay, it'll be a bit soggy when you rub it on because it's got water in it, but when it dries, it crystallizes in it. It sort of hardens. Okay, and it'll give you a nice solid base to work from, Duck. So I hope that helps, but that's how you do it. And that is my last question on my form. 25 questions tonight. It's been a good show, hasn't it? We're a half hour in. 10:30. Yeah, very quick one. Check if we've had any more PayPals because I don't want to miss anyone. I think we have. Right, James R. Yeah, we've got James. Yeah, and then we've just had one more. We've had 20 of those US nuggets. So close to a dance again tonight, guys, but just a little bit off. You almost had me. Glad to be able to finally send you proper thanks, Mel. I appreciate what you do for the community, especially the risk you took when deciding to go full time. Thanks, Shane. I'm glad it's kind of worked out. I mean, I know I've had my ups and downs and short months and good months and that sort of stuff, but that's life, isn't it? You know? I mean, I could be on a 0-hour contract, so, you know, I genuinely can't complain, but yeah, it's been good. Yeah, right, so let's get Shane S on the screen. Only at the end, but at least he gets his credit. Thank you, buddy, it is appreciated. I'm glad you like what I do. All good? That would be me, Mel. Ink pen, nice one. Thank you, buddy. Learned a lot from Mel and you guys. Thanks a lot, everyone. Grawleys, I think they're all basically the same thing. I think Clear is called that. Not anymore. I think it became Johnston's Fall Porridge, but it's the same stuff. Cracking show today, Mel. It was a good show. Yeah, I'm working on making the live shows better. Not just so, you know, Sunday nights aren't just me sitting here whinging about me week and me ribs still hurting. You know, the questions work well. I'm just trying to work it to be a bit more interesting because I enjoy it as well. Callum, join the terrainiacs. This is what we do. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, Archie's Art. Thank you so much. No worries, mate. No worries. Right. I think it's Sunday evening. Yeah. I think I'm going to start calling the show now because I'm going to have a cheeky half hour on World of Tanks before I go bed. And I've got to iron the uniforms. Yeah. Is there a Thursday show? Yeah, there'll be a Thursday show. So, yes, there will be a Thursday show. You will see the trenches this week. Probably another video. Yeah, not sure where it'll be yet. Depends where I'll get finished. But I am in the studio tomorrow. You will see the trenches this week. Yeah. In the meantime, thanks for a great evening, guys. It's been a really good one. I'm going to go jump on some tanks. Have a bit more of me cookie, then go do me ironing. Yeah? And in the meantime, guys, how about live call-ins? Whoa! And LA. I've heard glycerin works as a flow aid, but I'm not sure. Yeah? But anyway, what do you call it? You see, I was even completely derailed then. I was doing so well. Right, I'm off. I'll see you later, yeah? All the best. Ta-ra. There it is, folks.